Hi, this is King of Review. In this problem, we're asked to find matrix X plus matrix Y, and we're given these two equations here. So what is a matrix? A matrix is a rectangular arrangement of numbers in rows and columns. Row by column is how you name the matrix. This is also its dimensions. So for a minute, let's look at the matrix that's in answer D. This matrix has 1, 2 rows and 1, 2 columns. So this would be called a 2 by 2 matrix because it has 2 rows and 2 columns. Each number in the matrix is called an entry. So these are entries. This particular matrix has 4 entries. So now let's look at our problem here. We're trying to find x plus y, and we're given these two equations here. So let's start by simplifying these equations by adding x minus y plus 2x plus y. So we have x minus y plus 2x plus y. So this would be x plus 2x. I'm just putting all the x terms together and all the y terms together. So x plus 2x minus y plus y. Minus y plus y cancels the y's out. So now I have x plus 2x, which is equal to 3x. So 3x equals, so what did I do here? I added x minus y, which is this matrix here. I added that to 2x plus y, which is this second matrix. So I get the matrix 6, negative 3, negative 9, negative 6, and this is added to the second matrix, 0, 3, negative 6, and 9. So I have 3x equals the addition of these two matrices. To add or subtract matrices, you must add or subtract corresponding entries. You can only add or subtract matrices with the same dimensions. So this first matrix has 2 rows and 2 columns, so it's a 2 by 2 matrix. This second matrix has 2 rows and 2 columns, so it is also a 2 by 2 matrix. Because these have the same dimensions, I'm allowed to add them. So I get 3x equals, now when you add matrices, you must add the corresponding entries. This means that I must add the entries that are in the same position. So this upper left-hand position, which is row 1, column 1, I'm going to add that to the upper left-hand position over here. 6 plus 0, that gives me 6. Now I have negative 3 plus 3, this gives me 0. Negative 9 plus a negative 6, this equals negative 15. And negative 6 plus 9, this gives me 3. So I have 3x equals this matrix. I'm trying to solve for x, so I want x by itself on one side. So I'm going to divide by 3 on both sides. Now dividing by 3 is the same thing as multiplying by 1/3. So I have x equals 1/3 times the matrix 6, 0, negative 15, 3. When working with matrices, a real number is called a scalar. To multiply a matrix by a scalar, you multiply each entry in the matrix by the scalar. This is called scalar multiplication. So in this case, my scalar is 1/3, and so I'm going to multiply each entry within this matrix by 1/3. So this gives me 1/3 times 6, this equals 2. 1/3 times 0 is 0. 1/3 times negative 15 is negative 5. And 1/3 times 3 is 1. So now I know that x equals this matrix here. the next thing I need to do is solve for y. Now I have this equation here, so let me rearrange it so that I'm solving for y. So I'll subtract an x on both sides, so I'll minus an x on both sides. And then, because I have negative y here, I'm going to divide by negative 1 on both sides. So this leaves me with y equals x minus the matrix 6, negative 3, negative 9, negative 6. So all I did was rearrange this equation here for y, because I still need to solve for y. So I have y equals matrix x. We already solved for that here, so that's 2, 0, negative 5, 1, minus this matrix here, which is 6, negative 3, negative 9, negative 6. So the dimensions on these two matrices are 2 by 2 and 2 by 2. These are the same dimensions, therefore I'm allowed to subtract them. So I get y equals, now I must subtract corresponding entries. So 2 minus 6, this gives me negative 4. 0 minus a negative 3, this gives me positive 3. Negative 5 minus a negative 9, this equals 4. And 1 minus a negative 6 is 7. So now I know what y is. Now the problem asks us to find x plus y. X plus y. We know that matrix x is 2, 0, negative 5, 1, and we're adding this to matrix y. We just solved for that. That's negative 4, 3, 4, 7. Now both of these matrices are 2 by 2, so I can add them. I'll add corresponding entries. So 2 plus a negative 4 gives me negative 2. 0 plus 3 is 3. Negative 5 plus 4 is negative 1. And 1 plus 7 is 8. So this is my final answer, and this is letter C. Thanks for watching.